years ago. I met her about 2 years ago at a retreat. It may have been 3, but I'm thinking it was 2. At a retreat, you guys, here in Florida. And when I tell you, we instantly clicked. And we have been rocking and rolling ever since, you guys. Like, seriously, ever since. We had a ball. And every time we get together, y'all, we just have a blast. But I want to present to you all my business partner, my best friend, my sister, this woman right here, y'all. She's phenomenal. She has a story to tell, and I'm always telling her, make sure you share your story with other people, because there's going to be a lot of people that can relate to her, right? And not only that, she's a motivational speaker for one. She's an author. She's a mother. She has a medical background and a boss background. She's just phenomenal, y'all. When you just hear her voice, you'll be like, okay, I like her, right? You're gonna be like, I like her, I like her, I like her. But not only that, you guys, she pours into people so much. And I'm so thankful that we have been able to establish this relationship over the past 2 years. We've talked about everything. We've cried together. We've just poured into each other, and we definitely love on each other. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and bring up my sister, Miss Lena Willis. Y'all, give it up to her really quick, y'all. Just before she even gets started, put some flames in the chat, because afterwards, y'all gonna put some flames in the chat. I'm telling you. And then you can be like, how can I get her number? I need her for this, that, and the other. Watch. I'm telling you. From CNA to CEO, you guys, blows me away every single time. Miss Lena, did you make it on the line, dear? Oh, go ahead and mute yourself. Look, we got to hear everything.
I did. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, loud and clear. Take it away.
Definitely want to thank you so much for you guys. I'm over here just smiling because everything she said about when we first met is so true, and I definitely got to give it back up to you, from really watching, you guys' ambition really taking action, and you see it in real life, and clicking with someone in business, and it turns into family. Like, this is exactly what you see. And they say that when you start to develop who you really are, your circle will start to change. And that circle is where you should be when you know that you're around people who pour into you, and that you can be inspired by and work with alongside of. So definitely want to get back up to you, because you've definitely been a powerhouse, very successful as well. And I'm very honored to be able to call you my sister. I'm very honored to be a friend. I'm very honored to be able to know that your dog loves me, and that goes a long way, you guys, because there's people that have known me for years. I can't say that it's like that. And it's because I haven't always been who I am today. So I know you guys have heard, again, my name is Lena Willis. It's actually Lena Willis Tupper. I am the owner of Tupper Financial Solutions and more. But I do want to let you guys know, before I really realized that I was a rose that was grown in the concrete, I lived a life in California that was only of survival. I am literally the rawest young lady you would meet that have a beautiful smile. And I say that because I had to survive in the street. I grew up in an environment where I lived at home with my parents, my mom and my dad. They're both still alive. And I had my parents, they wasn't together, but I had my mom and my dad. But my lifestyle and the life that I did grow up to start to be accustomed to was very fast. And I got to be honest, you guys, I really grew up in the streets. I sold drugs and I gang banged, and I went to school every day. I was one of the kind of people who really was outside getting in trouble. And I wasn't talking about getting in trouble with the police. I was getting in trouble by my mama, because I was letting the people from outside in her house. So yeah, I was really getting in some trouble, and very headstrong. And if you are watching this right now, I want you to understand one thing about me as I tell you a little bit about me. nothing will ever stop me from getting to whatever it is that I want. And I want you to know that in anything in life worth having that you want, you can't let nothing stop you from getting to it. I don't care if there is a mountain in your way, and you got to go up it, around it, or through it. You cannot let nothing stop you. Certain things that we go through in life is going to mold us and prepare us for what we're meant to be going through. And I would have never known that everything I went through was preparing me to be exactly who I am today. I could not speak to you in no way, shape, or form on anything that I'm about to say had it not been something that I had to live through, go through, and be blessed through. And now I can talk about it. But not only can I talk about it, I could teach somebody how they can navigate through some things that they're going to go through in life, but they can still see that there's going to be another side that they can make it to. See, growing up, it was about the 6th grade. I was about 11 years old. I started selling drugs. I lost my virginity. I mean, I was what they call bad and fast. I ain't gonna hold y'all at all. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. All right. I'm very raw. And I want to let y'all know that I came from a lot of abuse. See, I got a book right now that you can get on Amazon, which is called The Audacity to Shine. And my book tells you how I went from being a bona fide sugar baby to a CNA. To a CEO. And I want to tell you that in between me writing that book, I decided to tell the rawest part. And that's what I'm about to tell you now. I was abused as a kid in more ways than a little bit, right? Everybody knows somebody who has been. Everybody knows somebody. If you on this call right now, you're not by yourself. But see, we keep things to ourselves, so we never be able to relate to anybody else, or even know that we can grow past the hurt that we've been through, or even the betrayal that we're going through, and know that we're still going to make it because there's somebody out there that went through the same thing I went through, but they lived through it. And they survived and they still made it to their destiny. And that was me. I had a lot of things happen to me that should have never happened to a child. And I got to tell you guys that I ended up going in the system. I was taken from my mom from a short period of time. And that's where reality happened for me. I went from group home to group home, running from the group homes, right? I learned what I needed to learn in the street. I started selling drugs so early that when it became time for me to go to high school, you guys, I wasn't living in my mother's house. I had been living in those group homes and learning how to be on my own as a middle child. My mom had me in between 2 boys. So y'all know if there's any middle kids on, if you're a middle child, you all already know we have to fend for ourselves already. But to be in the world by myself, all I knew was the love that I had at home. Even though that love wasn't always the best, that's all I knew. So my whole goal was to get back home. Hell, it wasn't good, but I didn't want to be in them group homes. And I have to let y'all know I fought. And I fought my way back. I ran over and over and over. I did 3.5 years in juvenile hall on a pimping and pandering case. Because see, I can speak Spanish. And if I can get the trick to get down and you already know how to do it, then guess what? We have to run this bag up. And very early on, I actually was pimping girls. But see, I caught a case that almost cost me my life. I spent 3.5 years in juvenile hall. I said, I ain't never going back. And I never went back. But while I was in there, I went to school every day. See, when I was selling drugs, I went to school every day. I'm a very smart young lady. Love the books. I never knew that during that time, all I was doing was surviving. You might be that same person that just been surviving all this time and just didn't know it. You've been living, waking up every day, going through hurt. See, that was me. Never understood why am I having to go through all these different things. As I got older, you guys, I got to let y'all know, I kept hustling, kept going to school. I ended up having my son at 18 years old. I graduated valedictorian, vice president of my school. I'm telling you, when I took everything that I was given in them streets, from the homeboys, everything, they told me go to school every day. And I applied my hustle from the street. I didn't want my cousin and them thinking I didn't have no money to buy my own food. So I had to hustle to get me some money, to eat lunch, to get pads, to get deodorant, to make sure I stayed fresh, have my nails done. See, I couldn't look like I wasn't at home. I didn't grow up looking bad, so I had to make sure I stayed that way. And I always had grown men in my face, so I worked this mouthpiece. See, I never knew when I was little, they always said I talk too much, but God using me in a whole nother way. This mouth making me money that I never thought it would make me. from the things that we keep hidden, I now use to help me help other people. I seriously do. And it was in that midst of time where I was going to school and I was struggling like this that I realized this is what it's going to be for me. As I then got older, you guys, I ended up having my son graduated valedictorian and vice president, as I said. I went on to medical school right after high school, but I was still hustling. See, the life in California is so addicted, and you can't get your head up to where I was already accustomed to a certain lifestyle, and I just adapted. Now I'm adapting in life. Opportunities coming back and forth, but I'm not realizing that at some point I have to let go. Is somebody on this line right now that think that there's something that they really need to just say, I got to let go? Because I found myself being a young lady with 9 years in the medical field, making $8,000 a month and still selling drugs. I had a young son who was looking up to me, and I had to do something. My aunt and I went to medical school together, and we graduated. My aunt never graduated high school, but she graduated from medical school. And my grandmother watched her granddaughter and her daughter cross the stage together. Now, my grandma didn't even have a third grade education. She was a sharecropper down in Arkansas that was picking cotton. But she watched her child and her grandchild cross the same stage. I pulled my auntie through medical school because of the value of that. The struggle she had and the struggle I had, if we can just come together, we're going to make something happen. And I got to let y'all know that we did. We sat down one day and said, well, why are we still being CNAs for everybody else? You guys, I was so good at what I did when it came to applying my heart to people and how I cared, that I was taking clients from the agencies I was working for. I was already negotiating my own deals. I just didn't have the business. I didn't have the structure, but I had the mindset. I already had the survival mechanisms. See, God set me up a long time ago for the ups and downs, the fails, the hurts, the betrayals, the mistrust, the brokenness, the loneliness. I was set up for all that. But it was in that moment where my aunt and I was like, well, what? We might as well just go on and start our own. And I looked at it, I said, yep, I'm going to go get my RN too, so we don't have to hire one. I'll never forget. Pay nobody $60 an hour to run my books. It's my mindset. I go to school to get my RN. And I did. Be the person that say that whatever I open my mouth and say, I'm going to do. I said I was going to be her, and I do it. My aunt died, you guys. My aunt died December 23rd, 2012. 38 years old, my aunt had full-blown breast cancer, and it literally ate her up. And at my aunt's funeral, I had to tell my whole family, I can't let it die. I cannot let something that we was going to do. I cannot, there's going to be times in your life that things are just going to feel like there's no way you can keep going. That's over. I can't do that no more. There's no way I can do. Yes, you can. You must do it. You have to do it. That's the only reason this is happening right now, because it's up to you to make sure it's done. And I knew right then and there, and I can feel it in my stomach now. I knew right then and there that it was going to be up to me to make sure that I positioned myself for us to have our own in-home care agency. I'm going to tell y'all like this. See, it didn't bother me to keep selling dope. It didn't bother me to raise my son like that. I'm from a block where I got love, respect, and I got stripes. So the block was hugging me, not just me hugging the block. But God was in me. And the world gonna always be around us. But if you know that you have a calling on your life And you just need to start putting different pieces together. Listen to what's inside you. And I looked around me and said, I got to get the hell up out of here. Because there's nothing left for me. I thought my in-home care agency was going to be in the city I was born in, sis. That was the whole goal. I'm going to pay homage to Pittsburgh, California. You know, this home. Grew up in, you know, in Oakland. I'm going to make sure the Bay got it. I want to leave. My mom and my brother moved to Arizona. I moved to Georgia. I looked online, you guys. Let me tell you, and I want y'all to peep the mindset that I had, because by all means necessary, I have to get to my full destiny. Because I knew I had not just came all the way this way for no reason. See, I have been in California struggling, looking for housing, looking for a place to stay. See, I wasn't just selling drugs for the hell of it. Let's be honest here now. It was something going on that made me be intelligent, make good money, but still be in the streets, jeopardizing everything. I didn't have good credit, y'all. My lifestyle was expensive because I didn't have good credit and because I just had an expensive lifestyle on top of that. Really what I call a broke baller now, because I had nothing to leverage. So I was looking for housing all over the United States of America because I believe in stability and security. Lo and behold, Georgia called me 3 times and I didn't want to go. And when I decided to come move to Georgia, I said, and I quote myself, either Georgia's real slow or it's something waiting on me down there and I need to go get it. I took a Greyhound. My mom and them told me, don't go down there. You don't know nobody down there. There's somebody telling you right now, don't do your business. There's somebody telling you right now that your idea don't even make no sense. There's somebody telling you right now, that's not going to make you no money. The moment she said, you don't know nobody down there, I said, hell, I didn't need to. It's slow down there, but I'm fast. Ain't nothing down there. I'm going to make something. You don't know nobody. No, we ain't got no family down there. And that's why the hell I'm leaving. Remove the distractions, even if you love them. I'm going to say it again. You need to remove the distractions, even if you love them. See, Moses had to go out into the wilderness for him to be able to understand what his assignment was. I didn't understand God was using me like he was using Moses. Now, I ain't saying I'm Moses, but all I'm saying is this. It's given. He said, I need you to go because I prepared a place. There's a table that I prepared for you. I just didn't know where it was at, but he was already putting it in my body because he gave me what I needed to survive. And if you've been surviving all this time, but you have the thought of riches, if you know you're supposed to eat good, if you know you're supposed to be driving the luxury, if you see yourself in a better place, that you're like, why do I keep imagining this? Because that's where you're supposed to be. I knew it. I just didn't have the avenues. My credit took me there. See, I started the in-home care agency in the projects. I moved to Georgia. I got my CNA because I wasn't a CNA in California. I was only a medical assistant. Using my medical assistant to be a caregiver so I could do LPN work. I mean, I was killing the game because of my mouthpiece, not knowing that what I had was the ability to be able to help people. But I was just surviving. And I'm trying to help y'all here now today. Because if you're just like me, I want you to know that you are not done yet. If you had any doubt, you are not at the end. That little hump that you're trying to get over, it's looking really good on the other side. Because I sat in the projects and I just went ahead and I got the business started. I said, I'm going to do it. And I worked at the hospital, you guys. After getting my CNA and everything down here in Georgia, I got here. It took me 3 days on a Greyhound to get to Georgia. I sold everything that I have. I came with 2 carry-on bags and 2 suitcases and an 8-year-old. I was 26 years old. I had a plan. I knew God and I had faith. I had the faith that moved mountains. When I tell you my whole life changed. If you don't have that type of faith, then your business is not going to grow with that type of water you putting in it. It's not going to grow. I built my business in the back of a doctor's dictation room. In the medical field, in the back of the nurse's station, there's always a room where the doctor goes and does his notes. See, I already had the mindset that everything around me is my business. So I would already make me a little office when I went to work. Because in my mind, these are my patients. See, y'all got to understand, if you can't position yourself at somebody else's job that you in the business already, then maybe you don't really have all the vision yet. I knew that my vision was very clear because I was running my business at the hospital. The people was asking me, can they take me home? I was like, yeah, for a short fee you can, but I'll talk to you about that when I clock out. Understand the passion. If you don't got that kind of passion, I need you to let mine rub off on you. Because you're going to need it running a business. See, I was very focused. They laughed at me. Nurses, CNAs, oh, I'm going to work with you. And I see you back there working on your business. See, there's going to be people who clap for you, but what they do is they laughing like this. They not clapping. They're laughing. And let them laugh. They laughed at me. They laughed at me and I built my business. I got everything set up and I want to let you guys know in 2018, AmberCare Private Home Care Solutions became official in the state of Georgia. One of my biggest clients was a doctor whose mother was my patient on the 9th floor when she got her hip fixed and turned around and found out that my patient was my patient and said, I don't care what I got to do. I want you to take care of my mother. Big breaks. When I tell you the feeling to be able to take what me and my aunts had as a plan to turn it around and make it a dream come true, it was amazing, but I couldn't just stop there because, see, my business needs to be funded. And I want to tell you guys, see, you're going to come across some roadblocks that's going to change your life. Don't look at certain things as, I don't need to do this because I don't got the money, but you need to do this because it might change your life. I needed to fix my credit because the bank kept denying me for $50,000. I needed overhead. Mind you, this is an in-home care agency. I need overhead. I need to be able to pay my CNAs that's on call, right? I need to be able to make sure that my nurses are getting paid after they do the assessment of these new clients when we go out to these houses to see if they even qualify to be a part of my in-home care agency. People got to get paid. I need overhead. I need marketing things. The bank said, man, we can't give you nothing. Okay, I go back. I'm like, now I got a little bit more business. They said, man, we can't give you anything. I went back the next time dressed, y'all. I was dressed, had my briefcase and everything. The banker said, Selena, it's not you. It's your credit. See, you need a personal guarantee when you start a startup business. See, this is not a franchise. This is your business. So we need some type of collateral. And my heart broke because my mama and them didn't teach me this. See, I didn't know that when I started the business that I was going to have to lift this business financially in such a way that my credit was going to come into play. I never cared about my credit, y'all, because I was a hustler. Y'all heard me. I had the money. Money was never the issue. You know right now that money wasn't an issue, but you still couldn't get what you wanted because your credit, that's the hurt. That hurted me. That hurt so bad. It did. That really did something to me and I cried. But I knew right then and there I had to make a decision. And I did. I made a decision that turned around and helped me not only increase my credit score by 220 points, but also helped me instantly put an additional $10,000 into my business. And when I did that, not only did I change my life, but I positioned myself to change the lives of everyone else that would come in contact with me and would be inspired by what it is that I do. I was able to turn around and made sure that I officially had Emercare Private Home Care Solutions. Completely up and running, ready, and able to spread across Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, Arizona, and California. See, now I understood that this is not only the time for me to just sit here and do this for myself, but now I have to show people how I flip my hustle because I changed my mindset. I created a curriculum and I understood that I had to use my voice. I had to tell this story. Because when I realized that my credit score was going up, I wanted to help more people. But I was so shut down and so gangster that a lot of people that I knew wasn't doing business with me. See, that's going to be a time that you might have to reintroduce yourself to people. They might not even recognize you no more. They don't know who you are no more because you're elevating. I came back as a pineapple. That was like, who is Miss Pineapple? Baby, you better stand tall, wear your crown, and be sweet on the inside and hard as hell on the outside. That was me. If you knew me, even from a young girl, and I loved you, you knew you had real love. I'm down, I'm loyal, I'm funny, but I keep it so much inside because I had to survive. I couldn't feel. I reintroduced myself in a way to where I allow people like you guys right now who are listening to my personal story to understand that I still am on my way. I ain't made it yet. But I'm walking in my full purpose. That's the biggest difference. I'm not surviving anymore. I'm living. And it feels good. It feels good to be able to say, now I've been able to do this, but now let me show someone else how they can do it the right way. See, I believe we cut too many corners in business. And as a generation of business owners, we have to know that corners can't be cut in certain companies, certain industries, and certain businesses. We have to have the know-how so we can teach the next. I created a curriculum that will allow me to help ex-cons, old prostitutes, human trafficking victims understand how to flip the mindset and flip the hustle. Help me show entrepreneurs and small business owners and side hustlers how to take their niche and turn it into a company. That's what I pride myself on doing. See, everyone ain't gonna want an in-home care agency, but I know how to run a business. I know how the operations should be. Understand how to build that thing from the bottom. And a lot of times, you guys, it all starts with understanding that it's not going to be the result. It's going to be the longevity. I got a multi-million-dollar business. They just ain't wrote me all the checks yet. Right now, we are coming together with a full curriculum for CNA to CEO to coach and train. I have a platform on TikTok where all I did was, I was just being myself. The regular CNA I was at that hospital, I showed up as on TikTok and now have over 8,000 plus followers who can relate, but they're the ones who came to me and said, show me how. Show me how I can have my own too. There's someone waiting on you to definitely show up. Someone's waiting on you to show up so that you can show them the way. So if I could do anything, I want to encourage you. Don't let your past or anything that you went through make you feel ashamed. You need to share it with somebody so that they can know that they can get up and go move. A lot of people are stuck sitting down because they think that they can't get in the game. Why had this happen to me? Why didn't been here? If people really knew the full details in between everything else I told y'all, believe me, a lot of people would have said, I would have killed myself. I know. Favor ain't fair. He knew I was in line. Ain't nobody on this call by accident. And I'm going to tell you guys like this. I have now been able to teach children financial literacy. I have saved 9 lives. I have taught financial literacy all across the United States of America. I've mentored and ran a full organization of over 260 agents. And I want to let you guys know, across multiple streams of income and businesses that I have, from my in-home care agency to my own tax firm, my financial literacy business, and building businesses for my son, as well as being an author and a motivational speaker, I still pride myself to mentor other businesses, other individuals, pour into, because the mindset is the biggest thing. Nobody had to teach me that. I came already with it because I had to survive. I had to. So don't give up, because there's some out here that's hungry, and I'm hungry. And if you can't, if you don't feel like you got it, then you need to attach yourself around people who rub it off on you. And I'm grateful that I can come share myself and my story on this platform, because I could honestly tell you that I used to be the girl that you would see in the room turning heads. I used to be the one, all my degrees are paid by sugar daddies. I married my sugar daddy. I actually could write a book about how to turn a sugar daddy to a husband, but I would call that from sugar to shit. That's what I would call it. I wouldn't recommend you do that. But what I'm trying to say is nobody could be you. So don't ever be afraid to be you. There's somebody that needs you to finish whatever it is you're doing right now. And if I can encourage you to do anything, be relentless. And don't stop. Don't make an excuse. Because I didn't let nothing that happened to me in life stop me. What I did is I flipped my hustle and I started applying, and now I found purpose. So if I can tell you, as I wrap this up, you guys, I know these are all entrepreneurs. One thing I would say right now is, don't take the shortcut. Roll your sleeves up and get to your hustle. Run your business like that's the only thing you got. You got to hustle that thing. And that's really what I've been doing. I've applied my survival mechanisms to everything. And I flipped it. I don't got the same friends. I don't really got friends like that anymore. My friends now are my family. And I found them in business. Whole circle changed, conversation changed. My whole lifestyle changed. So with that, you guys, listen, I encourage you, go check me out. I'm on TikTok, CNA to CEO. It's pending. You can't even put that on a t-shirt. I'll sue you. Okay? It's already mine. You know, the Audacity to Shine. Audacity to Shine is on, you can find it on Amazon. Make sure you put Lena Willis as the author. Audacity to Shine. C. Nicole Henderson and authors. But that book will give you a real insight of how it really was for me. And then you can say, dang, I see where she at now. That is inspiring. I thank you so much, Karaunda, for allowing me to share me. If there's any, for the women that's on here, I do want to just say this for the women that's on here. We go through the hardest times. And we are actually harder on ourselves. We're the hardest on ourselves. If you really stop overthinking it, you're going to beast it. Stop overthinking it, you're going to beast it.
Oh, what I tell y'all, before she even came, I've heard her story so many times, you guys, and it keeps me inspired more and more and more. Like, who do you know that has her history, and that history has got her to where she is today? Love it, love it. So does anybody have any comments, any questions before we wrap this up? So Lena, I thank you so much. I know when I talked to Gerald the other day and we were like, who do we want to have, you know, come on for Wealthy Women Wednesday? And I already knew. It wasn't no second guessing, because I've heard her story so much that she needs to share her story with you all. And if nothing else, make sure that you all share your story. Not just with your family, not with your friends. You need to share your story with everyone. Everyone, because guess what? Somebody has a story like you, and they're afraid to share it. Share your story. Go out there for all it is that you need to do and just make it happen. Make it happen. Does anybody have anything they want to say to Silena real quick?
And I do want to add real quick, you know, because you really just hit it for me. I didn't let you guys know. I did tell you guys I have this one son. I had 7 children. I had 4 boys and 3 stillborn, with 4 boys and 3 miscarriages. All my kids passed away at my second child, who is alive and well and 17. I had a total hysterectomy at 30 years old. I could never have kids again. Every time I lost a child, I went right to work. That's how I coped. I had to work through it. We all working through some things. Now I'm looking and helping and inspiring women who are around my age who had to go through medical menopause. I will now be on hormone therapy for the rest of my life. But if I keep that to myself, then who do I support? Who do I help? Who do I inspire? And that's actually what I'm working on right now, Karaunda. Bringing more awareness to endometriosis and adenomyosis. Not knowing that I had stage 4 endometriosis and that my whole reproductive system had to be taken out. About to die to have a baby. And God said, no, listen. I would say this if I stop. God said, I gave you one job to do that. You need to sit down somewhere now. And I said, if you just let me out this bed one last time, I'm going to go after everything I want in life. Boom. And I've been doing it, y'all. Everything I said I want, I've been getting it. Pray you manifest over it, and it's been coming to pass. But definitely open for any questions. I'm an open book. We can run it.
Any questions, any comments, you guys? Show her some love. Anybody have anything? Look, don't be shy, y'all. I know somebody got something. Going once.
Thank you for sharing your story. It was amazing. Thank you.
You're so welcome, Jessica. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I want to say thank you for sharing your story too. I never heard your story, but I've heard you encourage us all the time with UWE and always, you know, doing your thing. So I'm so proud of you, sis. Truly encouraging to me. You know, it's some things I want to do, and it's just for you to share your story is so inspiring for me. I really appreciate you sharing it and being brave and courageous to share your story with us. I appreciate you.
You are so welcome, you guys. You know, one thing I can say is it's really a treat to be able to share me or even gems with people, because at this point in the things that I got going on, you know, this is all love. Because when I hit stages, they got to give me like 3 racks. You know, we really got to put our worth out there. Turning this pain into some real purpose, gonna make some real currency. So I encourage you, don't teeter-totter around it, Miss Pals. Go out there and do it. Go run it up. And don't let nothing be behind you but the wind.
Yep, that's it. All right, does anybody have anything else? If not, we will wrap this up again. I think, Charlene, did you have something?
I want to say that this is more than a wealthy Wednesday. I'm telling you, you both ladies have blessed my soul on today. And I just want to tell you, thank you for your transparency, you know, taking your pain, turning it into purpose. I mean, you just helped me today. I really needed to hear this. And I just thank you for all what you've gone through. And I thank you for opening your mouth, because you just helped. You know, it says iron sharpens iron. You just sharpened something in me on tonight. And I thank both of you ladies on tonight. Thank you for what you have done. I was on the other call, and then I said, whoop, wrong call. And I hopped on real quick, and this was destined. And I know I needed to hear this on tonight. So God bless you for sharing your story with each and every one of us. I know all of us are walking away, women and men, with, a powerful, you know, story just from hearing your purpose and what you've done. I'm telling you, just blessed my soul on tonight. I needed to hear this. God bless you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I want to let you guys know I'm only 35 years old. I haven't even hit my full primer peak yet, you know, and that's really why I know for sure that I have to encourage more entrepreneurs we have to move in this way, because this is how we're going to be able to really find who we want to connect with. And I'm glad that I was able to help somebody, if anything, encourage, but I'm glad I'm so able to help anybody, because at the end of the day, this ain't something that I can teach. It's something that we all have to experience, and that's life. And we all go through certain emotions and feelings and feel like that's going to be the biggest block, but really it's just a hurdle. And Karaunda, no, my biggest saying is, if you can't go up it, go around it. If you can't go around it, grab you something and he'll go right through it. But get to the other side.
Look, can we get an amen after that? Yes, y'all. So again, Salina, I can't thank you enough. Like, share it. Because I can listen to it over and over again. And I've heard her story several times. So again, I needed her to be on here so she could touch somebody tonight. Pull whatever it is out of you and let's get to work, y'all. She said, let's go get that bag. Let's help some people, right? So with that being said, you guys, it is Wealthy Women Wednesday. Again, it's not about financial wealth. It's spiritually, mentally, emotionally, all of that, right? But this is our day. This is definitely our day. So again, Salina, thank you. I can't thank you enough, you guys. Other than that, y'all have a good day, or a good evening, I should say. And let's go help some people, y'all. Let's go help some people. Y'all have a good night.
If you guys know anyone who's looking to open an in-home care agency or anything like that, please do not hesitate to reach out.
Yes. All right, y'all. Have a good night.
God bless. Good night.